Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And welcome to all of you. How do you all feel today? Is everything good with the chickens of the forest? Are the monkeys of the plain relaxed and chilled out? Is Margot the cat relaxing like a zombie? Has Gusti the dog finished his mad dance? Is George the goldfish swimming around and around and around and around and oh no, hang on. George can't be swimming around and around and around, can he? No, George is dead. Whoops, I forgot. Anyway, let's admit it. George was talented. I couldn't swim around and around and around and around and around without getting dizzy. In fact, I feel dizzy just saying around and around and around and around and around. Okay? Now I'm confused. Where am I? Ah, yes! Latin lessons! Puer calcius habet! Hang on! This isn't a Latin lesson, is it? No, it's all coming back to me now. This is an English lesson, isn't it? Okay then, let's get started with some English. And first, a test! Ha! A surprise test. I thought that'd surprise you. Now, it's been a while since we had a look at verbs and how to conjugate them. So, here we go. Have a look at the following sentences. Listen to them as I read them to you, and then, conjugate the verb correctly for the subject in the sentence. Here, let's look at an example first. You can't see the boss now. He in a meeting. B. You can't see the boss now. He is in a meeting. Okay, so let's check that one together, shall we? You can't see the boss now. Okay, good. Now what can we say about this part of the sentence? Well, we're using can, aren't we? Yes, we're using can. In fact, we're using the negative version of can, aren't we? Okay, and what do we use can for? That's right, we use can to talk about ability and possibility. Now, in our example sentence, we're using the negative version of can. And the negative version of can is formed by adding not to can. The negative version of can is cannot. But in our sentence, we're using the abbreviated version, the short version, which we all prefer. We're using can't. Good. So this means that we're using the negative abbreviated version of can, can't, and we're using the negative version to show that something is not possible, something is impossible. Great. Okay, now the next word is interesting, isn't it? The next word is now. Normally, when we see the word now, what tense do we use? That's right. Normally, when we're talking about now, we use the present continuous tense, don't we? But why don't we use the present continuous tense here? What's different about this sentence? Well, we're using the present simple tense in this sentence because of the verb the sentence uses. We don't usually use the verb to be with the present continuous tense. So the correct answer is he's in a meeting, not he is being in a meeting. And because we all prefer the abbreviated version, the short form, we change he is to he's. Good. Okay then. Let's have a look at some more, shall we? Doreen Benchfield, the bass guitar. Play. Dave Squid, a policeman. B. Enid Fotherington Smythe, a pet pheasant called Keith. Keith, a bit of a psychopath. Have got. B. Where's Doreen? She's in her room. Her bass guitar. Practice. Loretta Sweat, usually at 7:30 a.m. every weekday morning. On Saturday and Sunday, at the weekend, she normally at 8:45 a.m. Last Friday, Loretta and Dave to a party. At the party they at the party until 3 a.m. The next morning, Loretta at 11:45 a.m. Wake up, go, drink, dance, stay, wake up. Okay, hairy monkey feet. How was that? 8 questions with lots of verbs. The last one had plenty of verbs in it, didn't it? So, how did you do? Well, let's check them all together and see how you got on. Doreen Benchfield plays the bass guitar. Dave Squid is a policeman. Enid Fotherington Smythe has got a pet pheasant called Keith. Keith's a bit of a psychopath. Where's Doreen? She's in her room. She's playing her bass guitar. Loretta Sweat usually wakes up at 7:30 a.m. every weekday morning. On Saturday and Sunday, at the weekend, she normally wakes up at 8:45 a.m. Last Friday, Loretta and Dave went to a party. At the party, they drank and danced. They stayed at the party until 3 a.m. The next morning, Loretta woke up at 11:45 a.m. Okay, so how did you all get on? Was everything easy? Was everything hard? Are there any sentences where you don't know the answer? Okay then, let's quickly run through the sentences together and I'll briefly explain why the answer is the answer. Okay, number 1, easy, present simple. Why present simple? Because we're talking about something that is generally true. Okay, the verb to play, in the third person singular, we do what? That's right. The verb to play is a regular verb, which means that in the present simple, in the third person singular, he, she, it, Doreen, we have to add an S to the end of the infinitive. So, I play, you play, but he, she, it, and Doreen plays. Simple. Next. Okay, number 2, present simple again. Something which is always true, or often true, or generally true. I am a man. Mary Benchfield's mother is a woman. Yoda is small and green. The verb to be. I am, you are, and the third person singular, he, she, it is. So, Dave Squid is the third person singular in this sentence. He. So, he is a policeman. Easy. Next. Okay. Have got for possession. Keith belongs to Enid. He's her pet. She's his owner. So, we use the form of have plus got to talk about possession. You've got a headache. I've got blue eyes. Doreen's got a bass guitar. And Enid? Well, Enid's got a pet pheasant called Keith. Third person singular form of have got. I've got, you've got, he, she, it has got. So Enid's got a pet pheasant called Keith. Enid Fotherington Smythe's got a pet pheasant called Keith. Okay, now the next part of the sentence. Keith's a bit of a psychopath. We're using the verb to be in the present simple tense. Why? Well, because we're talking about something which is always true or generally true, and we use the present simple to express that idea. Okay, so we're using the verb to be. And how do we conjugate the verb to be in the present simple? I am, you are, and what about the third person singular? He, she, it is. Okay, now Keith is the third person singular here. Keith is either he or it. With animals, we sometimes use it, but the animal's owner normally uses he or she. In this case, it makes no difference anyway. He, she, or it. All of them are the third person singular. All of them are is. And what else did we do? That's right, we abbreviated the form. We can say Keith is a bit of a psychopath, but we all prefer the short version. So we say Keith's a bit of a psychopathic. Okay, great, green, gravy-flavoured grease balls. And on we go to the next sentence, on to number 4. Well, why are we using the present continuous? Why? Because it's happening now. We use the present continuous to talk about things which are happening at the time of speaking. Now, the question at the front of the sentence is in the present simple. Why? Because we don't often use the verb to be in the present continuous. But the answer, the first part of the answer uses the present simple for the verb to be. She's in her room. But the second part of the answer is in the present continuous. Because Doreen's in her room, she's playing her bass guitar. Now, when the other person is asking. Present continuous for something happening at the time of speaking. She is playing. Good. Next. Okay, number 5. The last one. We start with the present simple. Why? Well, it says usually, and we always use the present simple with words like always, never, sometimes, usually, normally. Okay, then what? Present simple again. Normally. Next. Now we're talking about the past. So, it's past simple for the next 5. Past simple of the verb to go, irregular, go becomes went. Past simple of drink, irregular, drink becomes drank. Past simple of dance, regular verb, so we add ed to the infinitive, but dance ends in e, so we don't add ed, just d. Dance becomes danced. Next, stay. Regular verb ends in vowel plus y, so we add ed to the infinitive. Stay becomes stayed. And the last one, to wake up in the past simple, it's irregular. Wake up becomes woke up. And we're done. Well done. And just in time. That's all we've got time for today. See you all tomorrow for some more fun practicing our English. But if you need more English, you know where to go, don't you? www.m5tv.hu. Okay, enjoy yourselves, get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye.